Why do incredibly smart people make stupid mistakes with money? The answer isn't math, it's psychology. Today we're breaking down one of the most important money books ever, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Here's a question that might change how you think about money forever. Two people, same income, same city, same cost of living. 20 years later, one is a millionaire, the other is broke. What's the difference? It's not intelligence, it's not education, it's not even discipline in the traditional sense. According to Morgan Housel, it's behavior. Specifically, how each person thinks about money, the invisible mental habits that drive every financial decision they make. And that's exactly what The Psychology of Money is about. Not spreadsheets, not stock tips, not complicated formulas, just the human side of wealth, the side nobody talks about enough. I'm your host, and welcome to Book Pulse Daily, where we break down the world's best books into powerful, actionable ideas. Today we're diving deep into one of the most important personal finance books of the last decade. So stick around, because by the end of this video, the way you think about money will genuinely be different. Let's get into it. Why this book is different. Most finance books treat money like a math problem. Save X%, invest in Y, earn Z return. And honestly, the math is simple. A fifth grader can do it. So why do so many smart, educated adults still make terrible financial decisions? Morgan Housel's answer? Because we're human, and humans are emotional, irrational, and deeply influenced by our personal histories. Nobody sits down and decides to behave badly with money. They act in ways that make perfect sense to them, based on their upbringing, their fears, their experiences with loss, and their definition of enough. This book isn't about what to do with money. It's about why we do what we do, and how understanding that can make you dramatically wealthier and more at peace. Housel breaks this down into 20 short chapters, and I'm going to walk you through the most powerful ones today. Let's start with one that completely reframes how we judge financial decisions. Chapter 1. No one is crazy. Here's something Housel says early in the book that really stuck with me. Your personal experiences with money make up maybe 0.000000001% of what's happened in the world, but maybe 80% of how you think the world works. Think about that for a second. If you grew up in a household where money was always tight, where your parents argued about bills, where the power got cut off sometimes, then you probably have a deep, almost visceral fear of financial instability. You might hoard cash. You might be terrified of debt. You might work 3 jobs and still feel insecure. On the other hand, if you grew up upper middle class, watching your parents casually invest in the stock market, seeing their portfolio grow over decades, risk probably feels comfortable, normal even. Same stock market, 2 completely different emotional responses. And both are rational, given each person's experience. This is what Housel means when he says, no one is crazy. The person who buys lottery tickets every week isn't stupid. For someone who's never had meaningful wealth and sees no realistic path to it, a $2 lottery ticket might feel like the only shot at a life-changing outcome. The math is terrible, but the feeling is logical. The practical takeaway here is big. Stop judging your own financial decisions by someone else's rulebook. Your job is to understand your relationship with money, your fears, your history, and build a financial life that works for you. not for some hypothetical, rational investor in a textbook.
Chapter 2. Luck and Risk. The Forces We Ignore. This might be the most humbling chapter in the entire book. Housel tells the story of Bill Gates. We all know the story. Teenage genius, builds a company, becomes the richest man in the world. Pure talent, right? Here's what most people don't know. Bill Gates attended one of the only high schools in the entire country that had a computer in the 1960s. His school had a computer before most universities did. Gates himself has said, if there hadn't been a computer at Lakeside School, he doesn't know what he'd be doing today. Now, here's the part that really hits hard. Gates had a best friend in those early days named Kent Evans. Evans was just as talented, just as driven. Gates himself said Evans might have been his first business partner at Microsoft. But Evans died in a mountaineering accident before he graduated high school. Same school, same talent, same drive. One becomes the richest man on earth. The other never gets the chance. Luck and risk are siblings. They are both real, they are both powerful, and they are almost completely invisible when we look back at success or failure. Housel's lesson: be careful who you look up to, and be careful who you look down on. When you see a wildly successful person, acknowledge that talent and hard work matter, but luck probably played a bigger role than anyone admits. And when you see someone who failed, despite working hard and making smart decisions, risk was there too. An accident of timing, a market crash, a health crisis. This isn't a reason to be passive, it's a reason to be humble. It's also a reason to build financial safety margins, because risk can find you even when you did everything right. Chapter 3. Never Enough. The Most Dangerous Trap. I want to tell you about Rajat Gupta. Gupta was born in Calcutta, India. He was orphaned by 16. He worked his way up through nothing, earned a spot at Harvard Business School, and eventually became the managing director of McKinsey & Company, one of the most prestigious consulting firms in the world. By the time he was in his 50s, he was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And then he threw it all away by trading on inside information. He was caught, convicted, sentenced to prison. Why? What could possibly motivate someone with hundreds of millions of dollars to risk everything for more? Housel's answer: he lost the sense of enough. He was in rooms with billionaires, and suddenly, hundreds of millions didn't feel like success anymore. It felt like falling behind. This is one of the most dangerous traps in personal finance, and arguably in life. The goalpost keeps moving. You make more, you want more. You achieve the thing, and immediately the next thing looks more appealing. And the people around you, whether that's your neighborhood, your social circle, your Instagram feed, they are constantly redefining what success looks like. Housel quotes Joseph Catch: "There is no reason to risk what you have and need for what you don't have and don't need." The practical lesson: define enough before you start. What does a life you're genuinely happy with actually look like? Because if you don't have a clear answer, you will keep chasing a finish line that moves every time you get close, and you may end up losing everything in the process. Chapter 4. The Magic of Compounding. Okay, you've probably heard of compound interest, but I want to show you something that will make it feel real in a way that charts and tables never quite do. Warren Buffett's net worth is approximately $80 billion. Here's the wild part. $79.5 billion of that, almost all of it, was accumulated after his 65th birthday. Buffett didn't start investing at 65. He started at 10. He became a millionaire at 30. His real secret isn't just that he's a great investor. It's that he's been a good investor for 80 years. The machine has just been running, compounding, for longer than most people have been alive. Housel writes, "Good investing isn't necessarily about earning the highest returns. It's about earning pretty good returns that you can stick with and which can be repeated for the longest period of time." This is counterintuitive. We're attracted to dramatic wins. We love hearing about the person who turned $10,000 into $1 million in 2 years. But the real wealth-building engine is boring. It's consistent. It's patient. If you invest $500 a month starting at 25 and earn an average 8% annual return, you'll have roughly $1.7 million by the time you're 65. If you wait until 35 to start, you'll have around $745,000. Same monthly investment, same return. But starting 10 years later costs you almost $1 million. Time is the most powerful financial tool you have, and you're burning it every single day.
Chapter 5. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. Here's a distinction Housel makes that I think is genuinely underrated. Getting wealthy and staying wealthy are two completely different skills. Getting wealthy often requires boldness, risk-taking, concentration, betting on yourself or on an idea, some level of optimism, even recklessness. Staying wealthy requires almost the opposite: humility, frugality, paranoia. The acknowledgement that what worked in the past won't necessarily work forever, and that you can lose it all if you're not careful. Housel points to Jesse Livermore, one of the greatest stock traders in history. He made the equivalent of $3 billion in today's money during the 1929 market crash by short selling. He was celebrated as a genius. And then, through overconfidence and leverage, he lost it all. He died broke. The lesson? Survival is the ultimate financial strategy. You can't benefit from opportunities you don't live to see. You can't let compounding do its work if you blow yourself up chasing one more big win. Housel recommends building what he calls room for error into every financial plan. Don't assume the best-case scenario. Don't need things to go perfectly, because they won't. Plan for things to go wrong, and position yourself so that when they do, you're still standing. Chapter 6. Wealth is what you don't see. This one is going to challenge the way you define success. We tend to judge wealth by what we can see: the car in the driveway, the house, the watches, the vacations on Instagram. If someone has a Ferrari, we assume they're rich. But Housel makes a point that's almost painfully obvious once you hear it. You can't see someone's bank account. That Ferrari, it might be leased or financed. It might represent a month's paycheck that was supposed to go into retirement savings. The person driving it might be one unexpected medical bill away from financial crisis. True wealth, Housel writes, is the money you don't spend. It's the investments you hold, the savings you've built, the financial runway you have if something goes wrong. None of that is visible. None of it impresses anyone at a party. And that's exactly why so many people stay broke trying to look rich, instead of making the quiet, invisible choices that actually build wealth. Here's a powerful reframe. The most financially successful people you know are probably not the most visually impressive. They drive normal cars. They live in modest houses. They don't talk about money constantly. They just keep building, quietly, patiently. Chapter 7. Save like a pessimist, invest like an optimist. This is one of my favorite ideas in the whole book, and I think it perfectly captures the right mindset for building wealth. Save like a pessimist. That means assume things will go wrong. Assume there will be job losses, recessions, health crises, unexpected expenses. Build your savings not for the life you're living now, but as protection against the life that might happen. Housel recommends saving not because you have a specific goal, but because saving itself gives you options. And options are one of the most valuable things money can buy. But invest like an optimist. Despite every crash, every war, every pandemic, every economic disaster, the long-run direction of the global economy has been up. The stock market has recovered from every single downturn in history. If you stay invested, stay patient, and don't panic sell during crashes, the odds are overwhelmingly in your favor. These two ideas aren't contradictory. They work together. You save aggressively to protect yourself from the short term, and you invest steadily for the long term, trusting that human innovation and economic growth will continue as they always have.
Other key ideas: tail events, freedom, and reasonable decisions. Let me quickly run through 3 more powerful ideas from the book before we wrap up. First, tail events drive everything. In investing, a small number of events, maybe 1 or 2%, account for the vast majority of outcomes. A few market crashes, a few massive bull runs, a few great companies out of thousands. Housel says, you can be wrong half the time and still make a fortune. What matters is that your wins are bigger than your losses. This is why diversification isn't just smart, it's essential. You don't know which companies will be the tail events that drive your returns. Second, money's highest value is freedom. Housel argues that the highest form of wealth isn't a yacht. It's the ability to wake up every morning and say, I can do what I want today. Controlling your time is the ultimate dividend. And ironically, most people who chase money for status end up with less control over their time, not more. They're working longer hours, answering to more people, trapped by the lifestyle inflation that came with the higher salary. Third, aim for reasonable, not rational. A perfectly rational financial plan is hard to stick with emotionally. Housel says it's okay, even smart, to make slightly less optimal decisions if those decisions feel good and help you stay the course. Investing in companies you like, holding a little too much cash because it helps you sleep at night, these aren't rational, but they're reasonable. And a reasonable plan you can stick to will always beat a perfect plan you abandoned during the first market crash. Conclusion: the big takeaway. So, after all of that, what's the single thread running through the psychology of money? It's this: finance is more about behavior than knowledge. You probably already know that you should spend less than you earn. You probably know compound interest is powerful. You probably know you should invest for the long term. Most people do. The question is why we don't. And the answer is almost always psychological. Fear, greed, ego, comparison, impatience, overconfidence. Morgan Housel isn't asking you to be a genius. He's asking you to be self-aware, to understand your own history with money, to define what enough means for you, to build systems that protect you from your own worst impulses, to save with humility and invest with patience. The good news? These aren't hard skills. They don't require an MBA. They don't require a high income. They just require you to think differently and to start acting on that thinking today.
Whether that means setting up your first index fund, cutting one lifestyle expense, or just sitting down and deciding what enough actually looks like for your life, do something. Today. Not next month. Not when you earn more. Because time, as Buffett proved, is the one asset you can never get back. Call to action. If this video gave you even one idea that changes how you think about money, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this channel. And if you're new here, welcome to Book Pulse Daily. We do this for every powerful book, breaking it down into real, useful ideas you can actually apply to your life. Subscribe so you never miss one. I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. What's your relationship with money been like? Is there one idea from this book that really hit home? Drop it below. I read every single comment. One last thing. If you want to go deeper, I highly recommend picking up the actual book. The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel is a genuinely quick read, and it's one of those rare books that stays with you. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing. I'll see you in the next one.